Kristina Keurjikian, here with my dad, and I want to interview the three of you on how Little Armenia started. And I'd like to start with my dad, and you guys can continue. So, Dad, can you please tell us?
Hi, Jackie Goldberg. Hi, Baydsar Thomasian. How are you first?
Thank you. Very good, thank you.
I'm so happy to see you guys on the screen. And my daughter keep always asking me how this Little Armenia come to be. So I explained to her and she said, can we make an interview? I said, why not? Sure. So one day I was going work and one of my employees told me, Garo, did you see it? We have a Thai town over here. And I look at it. Soon as I saw Thai town, I have an idea come to me. I said, if there is a Thai town and we are living Hollywood, we have Armenian church, Armenian business people from Hollywood, Santa Monica, Sunset, all around. And I said, we can make a Little Armenia. So that's when I pick up the phone and I called Jackie Goldberg's councilwoman's office and ask her, can we do something about making a Little Armenia? And I spoke with you, I believe. And after a few minutes later, 15 minutes, 20 minutes later, you told Baydsar to call me. And I went to your office and you guys explained what to do, how to do it, and how we start. That's how I think we started. And the rest you guys can tell my daughter so she will know.
Yeah, I really want to know all the details. I want to know your guys' perspective, Miss Goldberg, your perspective, and Baydsar, your perspective. I would love to know all the details.
Okay. Well, of course, Baydsar was on my staff from the very beginning of me being in the city council, and that was really quite wonderful because that connection had started actually before when I was on the school board. And in fact, after the earthquake in '88, through the ANC, I went to Armenia and brought some money that the children of Los Angeles donated. And it was a much larger check than I thought because I'd asked the kids to put in cents, just a little something. But we raised quite a bit of money. When I came back, we talked about, after I won the city council election, about what else needed to be done. Because at that time, in the late 80s and early 90s, the new immigrants from Armenia were coming mostly to Hollywood, East Hollywood and Hollywood, particularly along Santa Monica Boulevard, just right near where the freeway cuts into Hollywood. And so I knew that the community was one that had a lot of needs and so forth. And Baydsar was helping me figure out what we could do as a city council office to be working on. And then Garo comes and says, we need a Little Armenia. So I say, well, okay. I say, where? We pick some blocks that have particularly large numbers of Armenian businesses. And then we realized that basically it was an organizing task. Because there were also, of course, in the area, other ethnic groups. And so you do not want to start a competition. You don't want people to be angry at each other. So I was meeting both with the Armenian community, but also with the other communities to say, would you have any objection to us listing this area here as Little Armenia? And then what happened, Baydsar?
So Mr. Keurjikian was inspired to do Little Armenia. He came to visit us and we sat him down and explained there's a process in the city of Los Angeles, and the process was a signature gathering process.
So once those signatures were in, I then went to other organizations and groups because you don't want to have something come to the city council and then have people come and oppose it. You want everybody that when it comes to the city council for a vote, that everybody's online. And so we did get buy-off really from all of the other groups that were in the community. And so I don't remember exactly what day and what month, what year, but we had a city council meeting. A lot of folks from the Armenian community came. We had speakers, and unanimously, the city council voted to authorize the placing of signs and the designation of certain blocks in Hollywood and East Hollywood. as Little Armenia. Unfortunately, after the signs went up, there was some outcry by some groups, even though that before it they had signed off on it. But we were able to deal with that because a lot of folks of those 4,000 people who signed that petition were not all Armenians. They were people who also thought it was a good idea to note a community where a historic group of people had been and still are. There's still Armenians in Hollywood and East Hollywood. It's just a much smaller number now.
Right.
But that's basically it. It was basically you, Garo, and your folks that did all the work.
Yeah, we went door to door with my mom, with my employees, and we collect all the signatures.
You know, you did a heck of a job. I'm telling you, everybody thought, oh, no.
Yeah, thanks to you and Baydsar.
So, you know, it was a joint effort. It was an effort of all of us who thought that it was important. And it is important. You know?
Yes, it is.
Important. We now have a little Bangladesh. I mean, it's important to recognize the diversity that makes Los Angeles such a great place to live. And not pretend that we're all of one group, because we're all Angelenos, but we're not all of one background and ancestry. And those things, I think, are very important to the cultural richness, to the cultural events, to the programs that take place. All of it, I think, has a little bit more meaning now that there's a location literally that is demarked in this city forever as Little Armenia. And I'm very happy that I was able to be a part of it. But Garo, you know, you and your folks, you really deserve the credit, because not only was it your idea, you actually did the work. I can't tell you, Garo, how many people have come to me as an elected official with an idea and then they don't ever do the work.
I see.
They just don't do it. And you think, well, okay, I guess it wasn't that important to them. But you came, and as soon as we said, this is what we need, bam, you were at it.
Yes. Thanks to you.
In a very short period of time, I started seeing petitions showing up.
That's so amazing.
It was great. It was great. You deserve a lot of credit.
Thank you so much.
Began Armenian festivals in Little Armenia. We began Little Armenia marches on April 24th. And it's been a great historical designation. And after that, that's when the sister city, it inspired a lot of other things in the city. When we inspired Eric Garcetti to go to Armenia and create a sister city relationship because of Little Armenia. And so it was an inspiration to a lot of other projects that came afterwards. And so I was blessed to work for an incredible representative who really cared about our community and really listened to what we wanted. And so because of her and your work, we have Little Armenia.
Yeah, and your work too, Baydsar, and your work too.
I would love to thank both of you, including my dad, for what you guys have done, because Little Armenia has been like an amazing dream of my dad that came into reality with the efforts that you guys put in too. So thank you guys so much.
It was a joint effort. It could not have been done by Baydsar and myself alone. It would never have happened.
Yes.
It took Garo and Garo's dedication and commitment that this was going to be a reality.
Thank you.
This man puts his mind to something, you can take it.
And one more thing, I don't want to forget to say this, because this is like, I was almost crying when I found out that finally, thanks to you, Ms. Goldberg, that LAUSC is now recognizing April 24th as the day that the Armenian genocide took place, and now schools on every April 24th will be shut down. And this is something we fought for so long, and finally, because of you, I believe it was because of you that today we can go march with our people and have time with our families on that day without having to choose to go to school or stay with our families. So thank you so much on behalf of the Armenian community.
I cannot take full credit for it. I was a participant in all of that.
Right.
But there were other board members as well, particularly Scott Schmerlson who was immediately there and said, boy, let's do it. And then he said, let's not just do that. Let's also take a look at the Azerbaijan-Armenian problem and take a position on that as well. So he's done a great deal too.
Thanks to him. Thanks to everyone who was involved. Thanks to everyone.
I never like to take credit for other people's work.
But you do a lot of work, and I'm very proud.
I didn't know the technical, but I just know you were involved.
No, that was not a critique. I was saying you had no way to know that. Which
of course. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
And I thank you so much. God bless, and all the best to you guys. Thank you, Baydsar. Thank you, Jackie Goldberg.
And it's Garo, it's very nice to meet your daughter.
Oh yeah, you should one day come over, visit us, and
absolutely.
Baydsar, you too.
You too, Baydsar.
See people again, you know always how to reach me.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys. I really appreciate today. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take good care.
Thank you. God bless you guys. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.